a burning question that I've had on my mind all day is what is the worst possible food that you could pair with custard?
You know those little popcorn thingies?
Rainbow drops.
That's a callback joke.
Oh, a callback. We love a callback.
Some kind of fish, like tuna or something.
That is exactly what I defaulted to.
Shout,
I think seafood and custard would possibly be one of the worst things you could consume. On that same vein, do you like your custard hot or cold? Because there's only one right answer.
I'll have it either way. Probably prefer hot, but I'll eat it cold.
Okay, so James is a switch within the custard world, the custard sphere.
You know what? I think I might be as well. I like it to be warm.
I like it cold. Yeah, and I think it contrasts nicely. Hot apple pie, cold custard. I just thought, bang on about alternative music and the music we love. Boring.
Custard,
Heard it all before. Custard talk, make it happen.
When you say that was a cold open, do you mean that because when you open the
custard, it's cold? Yes, and that's also the best way to consume custard.
Right.
I'm Josh.
I'm James.
And I'm Dan.
We're the Ragamuffins, and welcome to episode 60 of the podcast. This is the place where we talk about the music we love. We've got brand new reviews from Speed, Caskets, Paleface Swiss, and more.
And it's a spooky episode because we're going to be talking about our most horrific gigs. We've done our perfect gigs. Horror gig time.
As you may have noticed, Alex is not here. He's currently in Disneyland Paris, probably on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. So thank you for coming in, Josh. Much appreciated.
Thank you for having me.
I look forward to hearing your musical opinions.
Oh, okay. Me? Musical opinions? No.
Right, straight into it. Brand new song from Speed, Ain't My Game. And I, to be honest, found this refreshing because it felt like within hardcore they're doing different things with this in particular. They're playing around with time signatures. The panning work from some of it that's going on was amazing. And feels like they're trying to push the boundaries of hardcore a little bit more than what we used to. We've seen it before with like flute being introduced. It's a band that's really exciting, and I desperately need to see live, to be honest, at this point.
It's weird to say, isn't it, that this is probably their least innovative song that I've heard for a while. Like they've got more innovative stuff, like you said, with bringing flute in and things like that. Like this is the most like straight up hardcore song that I think I've heard from them like for a little while, which still is a great thing because I mean you can't be just. It becomes a gimmick at some point, I think, if you're deliberately going out of your way to kind of push the boundaries and mix things up a bit. It can become too much. So I think it's great that they've just kind of stripped things back a little bit here. And again, like you said, James, they've still messed about with time signatures and things and all of that kind of stuff. But it's like almost the most bare bones that I think we've heard from Speed from a while. But I think that's a great thing. Yeah,
to echo the sentiment, I think like hardcore is such a crowded market. But when I heard that song today, I was literally like, damn, like they're still managing to like sort of carve their niche. It was fresh enough to be different. It sort of went here and there. It was one of these things. It was actually a little bit unpredictable, but it was still like very nicely tucked in with the hardcore sphere. I massively, on the sentiment of seeing them live, I massively regret that we didn't manage to get our act together to go see that Flat Spot tour maybe a year ago, which was like Speed, End It, Life's Question, all that sort of thing. Like I think what they're doing is great, and I'm loving that the hardcore scene is like championing that band as they deserve it. I would also say like it massively was reminiscent to a band who sadly didn't go the distance. Backtrack. I don't know if you've ever delved into them. Oh my goodness, I was literally listening to that song today, and it just made me think of like songs like Erase the Rat and all that sort of thing from Backtrack, Darker Half, all that sort of thing. I was literally like, got me thinking, shit, if Backtrack would have just held on a little bit and then Knocked Loose and Speed came along, I think it could have been massive for them. But yeah, check them out. You won't regret it. But it really was reminiscent of that, and I thought it was really solid.
Well, speaking of bands trying new things, we've got a new song from Caskets, Sacrifice. They seem to have slowed things down a little bit on this one.
Yeah, I wanted to like it, but I really struggled. I felt like it didn't kind of reach like that big crescendo at any point, and kind of fairly much a plateau throughout the song. And a lot of the kind of production effects, especially on the vocals, I wasn't necessarily a fan of. I respect them kind of trying to do something a bit different, but for me, they didn't really kind of pull it off. if I'm honest.
I disagree. I think they've pulled it off very well. I think the problem is it's already been done. Like, this is the kind of move that this band should have done a long time ago. I think it sounds great. But I think so many other bands similar to them have already kind of experimented with this kind of sound before.
Yeah.
So although it's something that's new to them, and I really kind of commend them for that, and I really enjoy the song. I think it's one of their better songs. They're not really a band that I've ever got massively into, but in terms of where I rank their songs, I rank this quite highly. It's just a shame that it's kind of been done by other bands already.
Yeah, that's fair.
For me, I was not impressed. I thought it felt like a overproduced intro that never got anywhere. And sorry for the crass term, but it felt like I was being musically edged. I was like, where is this going? And it got nowhere. I would also...
you apologising for being crass.
Yeah, so that's a new one for me. Eh? How is that crass? How is that crass? So yeah, I'm like, it's one of these things as well where I'm not looking for like it needing to be like the heaviest thing ever. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not how I like sort of. That's not the bar that I'm needing to hit. It was just a case of what are you doing with this? It felt like a little bit of like if that was within an album. What was that? A single?
Yep.
If that felt like the sort of thing that was maybe like a bridge, like an interlude that was just too long.
Yeah, track 7.
Track 7 vibes.
That should have been a track 7, not a single. And I also want to echo this thing with his voice. Flashback to Burn It Down. I really wanted to see their song Glass Heart. I think it's so good. And then when I heard Matey Boy's voice live, I was like, and the exit is where? I don't know. I'm impressed with where they're at and their trajectory and stuff, but no, that one did not hit the mark for me.
On that note, like with a song, and like you saying, like the kind of feeling like extended intro, I think the main thing I always look for in a song is that it takes you like on a journey, and you have like the peaks and troughs, and it just felt like we're just on a very flat path.
Yeah.
A nice little collaboration here, Paleface Swiss and Stick to Your Guns with Instrument of War. Now, I like this, especially with the fact that they've got the tour next year, which I really want to go to, which is Paleface, Stick to Your Guns, and Static Dress, I believe, which is a very sick lineup.
Awesome lineup.
And now, after hearing this track, like, they've got to be playing it live. They've got to be doing that collab live. For me, like Cursed, I forget that came out in January because it feels like such a long time ago, and it's still one of the best albums this year. When I saw them like earlier this year as well, like absolutely phenomenal live. I feel like the addition with Jesse's vocals from Stick to Your Guns kind of creates a nice dynamic from the usual just kind of Paleface sound. And the vocals do, for me at least, complement each other very well. And it's not just like a little feature. Jesse's pretty much taken the whole of the chorus. And I do like that with a feature when it's a lot more collaborative. It's not just, oh, you know what, they can just hop in the bridge section just here. And we like, they're a little addition. It feels much more integrated, which is something I definitely look for and love when you've got like bands collaborating like that. I wouldn't say it's the strongest song for like Paleface. I think stuff particularly off of like Cursed is very, very good. But I'm happy with it. It's a solid song for me.
I thought it was quite reminiscent of Slipknot. It gave me Slipknot vibes, and I'm never going to be complaining about that. It was all round solid and did exactly what it needed to do for me.
I mean, yeah, there's not a lot of deathcore bands that I will like listen to more than the purpose of reviewing them. But that album that Paleface released earlier this year is one that I've been revisiting quite a lot. It's certainly one of the strongest albums from that genre this year, in my opinion. Because I'd say you can classify Paleface as deathcore.
They jump around between so many different genres, but I think they definitely...
They're probably deathcore.
Yeah.
And I loved the addition of Jesse's vocals as well. His choruses just really kind of added to the song, gave it sort of this kind of journey, I guess, that it could take you on a bit more. So yeah, it was awesome. I really, really enjoyed this song.
Final single, Lamb of God with Sepsis. It looks like they're kicking off a new campaign. Main notable thing for me was the beautiful bass. I did really thoroughly enjoy that. But it also, not that I'm expecting anything new from this band at this stage in their career, but it just felt like, yeah, it's a Lamb of God song. Like, it's got Randy's typical vocals, it's got really sick drum parts. Still a shame it's not Chris Adler. I really do want to see them live, and I think that may happen making a first appearance of Bloodstock next year. We'll see what happens. But it just felt like a good standard Lamb of God song. Nothing immensely special, but it did what it said on the tin.
I was driving around today listening to it and I felt tough.
Yeah.
TUFF. I felt tough. I felt like a fucking badass. It made me feel...
Give you a power.
Yeah, and I think actually, you know, they have their
Did it
brand.
make you drive a little bit faster?
Absolutely not.
Good
It was
answer.
controlled.
I drive like a grandma. No shade on grandmas, by the way. Big up.
Big up, Grandma.
Big up, grandma.
We see her.
Yeah, our favourite song is actually that song. Do you remember there was like a number one that was something like, "We love you, grandma"? Like, it was a whole thing.
No.
Oh yeah, it was like 6 weeks ago, wasn't it? Yeah.
Pause it.
Find that song.
I think I know the one you mean, but I didn't know it went to number
it's
one.
just like literally like a choir of kids just being like, "Grandma, we fucking love you. You're a top lass."
I'm looking forward to Christmas.
I think maybe I come from it from a harsh point because, like, Ali and I grew up on a lot of the older stuff, like Sacrament era, Ashes of the Wake, New American Gospel, and it just, like, since they kind of shittily kicked out Chris Adler, I kind of love this band, but also have like a bit of vendetta against them. So my relationship with them is a bit like, you could say, the divide between having hot or cold custard.
You could.
You could.
Death Above Life by Orbit Culture. A few years ago.
I don't agree with that statement, by the way.
Which one?
Death above life.
Oh, right. Yeah, fuck that for a laugh. A few years ago, 4 cute boys, Lewis Glennie, Alex Blanco, James Blanco and Josh Barton went to O2 Academy Oxford to see Trivium. That was the main draw that night. Mm-hmm. And as we walked in, there was a band on stage playing music that sent me into a trance. We were at the back of the room prioritising drinks, refreshments, if you will. Why the fuck were we doing that? When Orbit Culture were absolutely fucking crushing it. Like, I'm not being funny. Bleed From Within played after them, and Trivium played after them. Even with a fucking guest appearance from the guy from Silosis or whatever,
Josh
right?
Middleton.
Yeah. And if you were to go to me, okay, then who would you want to see? If you could only pick out of those three, like, who would you only ever want to watch again or listen to again? And without drawing breath, it would be Orbit Culture every single day, all of the time. I think this album is what a perfect representation, a masterclass, if you will, of what modern metal should be. If you wanted to, the aliens come down, they go bloop bloop blop, and that translates to, yo, like, what's the best sort of like metal at the minute? I would show them this. I mean, it was like it was modern. It had melodic elements, it had crushing elements, it had moments of vulnerability, it had moments of unrelenting sort of like fucking like impending dread. It had everything you kind of needed it to be. It kind of, you know what you said about being taken through a journey?
Yeah.
That's what I kind of felt here. And I felt like it was just one of these things where sometimes you listen to a metal album and you struggle to kind of like find the hooks. You have to go in and go again and again and again until it kind of clicks. Just like as it was going, I was like, yeah. Like it was all, it just was everything it needed to be. And it's nice when they can back it up with also fucking pulling this stuff off live.
Yep.
I want to see them again, and I want to see these songs live. They're very, very good. Guys, in case I haven't made it abundantly clear, I fucking loved it. My dog didn't, but he's got no taste.
No.
Yeah, I thank you so much, because I'm not being funny. I'm not very. I'm not on it at the moment with the new releases, and the fact that I got to listen to that album for this, I ain't complaining. I was very happy. This is when these guys go, yeah, it's dog shit. What the fuck are you on about, man?
No, it's great. For me, I just didn't get those hooks.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't drawing me in quite as much.
Mm-hmm.
Again, maybe it's because it's a bit heavier than some of the stuff I'm listening to at the moment. Maybe I need to give it a bit more like solitude, a bit more attention, go on a long walk with it in my ears or something. But by sort of maybe track 5 or 6, I was kind of checked out. I was kind of done. Not because I wasn't enjoying it at all. I think it's a fantastic album, but it just felt like they were throwing a lot at you, very like proggy in moments, which wasn't quite appealing to me.
Okay.
It was kind of losing me a little bit. But that's on me. I think it's a perfectly fine album. I can't really fault it. It just wasn't quite pulling me in.
Sure.
Who do I agree with?
That's Josh, obviously.
Josh. No, I think similar to you, I got completely enveloped within this album. I thought like the production throughout was amazing. Guitar tones really stood out to me. The vocal range was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
and I felt like it had just a great flow to the album.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you can find really great albums, but then like the track listing doesn't feel like it's in the right order potentially. This felt very well structured, very well thought out, beautifully composed. Again, since that Trivium show that we went to, like I've been meaning to kind of get into them, but then it's like the next band you need to listen to, the next band you need to listen to, and then kind of coming round to this. And again, another band that run Bloodstock next year, kind of giving me more and more reason to go. I've seen them being talked about by so many people online as well, and I can see why. People love them, and this gives me a lot of excitement. And I think, like you say, it's hard to find bands in modern metal, especially in metalcore as well, where they're going to stand out and do something different in a very crowded and stale genre sometimes. And I feel like they're doing something here. They're making a statement with it.
Something I always say as well is their sound feels like it's very well established. I don't think they've not been around for particularly long, have they? But they feel like they're already like they sound like a band that's been around for a long time and feel really well established.
Regarding
burst out the underground scene in 2020.
What? That's incredible. I just want to say as well.
That's my point. Like they sound like they've really nailed their sound, and like they're an established band, even though they've only been around for a few years, which is massive.
If you want sort of like similar stuff, I reckon that they were massively influenced by bands like Fear Factory and stuff like that. A lot of the sort of like 90s metal that kind of bordered into metallic hardcore. I was massively getting Fear Factory, who I love. And I also think if you want modern bands who kind of sound kind of similar, Rivers of Nile. Nile is spelled Nihil, which I was... we might have mentioned before that we saw them support Lorna Shore, and I was kind of sold on going that day because I wanted to see their live saxophone player. Backing track saxophones. Are you having a fucking giggle? I felt cheated.
Not good enough.
Splat. That was me throwing a tomato. I was not happy.
That was a good shot. Good aim.
Thank you, dude. I've been working on my aim. You know, do you know how many people got tennis elbows from playing the Nintendo Wii in like 2009?
Go on, let's give me a silly number.
I don't know, but I think it's a lot.
Put your guess in the comments below.
I think some people successfully sued Nintendo for a particular Mario Party on the Nintendo 64 because they would be doing this with the joystick and they were burning holes in the palm of their hands. That's a thing. I know that's a thing. But if anyone can find out this information about the tennis elbows regarding Nintendo Wii Sports, particularly the tennis, next to your comment about whether you like hot or cold custard or what is the worst food to go with custard, if you will. It's really good for engagement and also like I need to know.
Josh wants to know these things. It's important for the podcast. We know this. Any last comments on Orbiculture?
I think they ain't going nowhere. I think if they're producing stuff like this well at like from 2020, then that's very exciting. And also if you want something kind of similar within the prog world but way heavier, then listen to Archspire and get back to me and talk to James about those drums because that'll be a fun one.
I want to give a quick shout out to Beauty School for their new album from now on. It's really difficult, I think, to make a modern pop punk album that doesn't sound the same as everything else. And I think they're a band that are now on their second album feels like a real jump. Not that their first album was bad at all. I fucking loved that one. But this one, it feels like they've really taken another step forward, taking in loads of different kind of influences around like the emo and pop punk kind of world, just putting it into what is a really, really good piece of work. Quite a long album for a pop punk album as well, 45 minutes. But go and check it out.
What's
if
it
you
called?
haven't. From Now On.
From now on, we're going to talk about albums that are coming out the next few weeks.
Hit me.
Let me know what you're most excited for out of these. We've got The Acacia Strain with USA from God here, Dayseeker, Creature in the Black Night, King 810 with Rust Belt New Metal 2, and Trivium with the Struck Dead EP. What are you most excited for, boys?
The Dayseeker singles so far have been really diverse, so I'm quite excited to hear how the album in full sounds.
My younger self would have said the Acacia Strain. And I also just want to share a fun fact. The reason why I got into Acacia Strain is due to their song Doomblade. Now, for those watching at home, you may notice that I have a very cool, and everyone finds this very cool, a Magic the Gathering T-shirt on. There's a card within Magic the Gathering called Doomblade. And when I found out that a band had literally written a song called Doomblade, that's why I checked the Acacia Strain out. And I was very glad I did, because it was fucking brutal and really good. But out of that list, I would say that Dayseeker definitely piques my interest the most.
I think they all offer something a little bit different. I'm kind of intrigued by this Trivium EP, especially like the recent news with like Alex Bent leaving. So this will be the last thing that he's kind of with them on, I guess. So I'm intrigued by that, but it's a hard one to pick. I think between the Trivium and the Dayseeker, for the most part, because the recent King 810 singles haven't quite been hitting it for me, I'm afraid. You may notice some lovely T-shirts that we're wearing. We're now sponsored by Broken Day Clothing. If you didn't see all the news last week, you can use code Ragamuffins20 for 20% off all orders over £40. We've got lovely variants in tees. A lot of their clothing is inspired by music, inspired by nostalgia, inspired by horror.
Yeah. I mean, look at Alex. He's got like a Master of Puppets T-shirt on. That's super cool.
Looks banging.
Sick as fuck.
Right. I've not been to any gigs the past few weeks. Have you been to any gigs the past few weeks?
Yeah.
What have you been to?
I went to see a South African artist called Moonchild Sonelli at O2 Academy Oxford 2. And it was... she's self-described as something like South African like ghetto funk or something like that.
Okay.
And it's like just really fun, very dancey. You can like really put your sort of hips and shoulders into it. It's kind of it's all very like sex positive and stuff like that. Everyone was very much encouraged to shake that booty.
You don't need
Did you
encouraging.
shake your booty,
Basically,
Josh?
she came out and she actually grabbed like 5 people from the audience to go up and shake their booty. And I literally, it was one of those ones where I was like, you've got to find the perfect balance of like not looking away so much that you like make yourself so awkward that you get picked, because I swear you make yourself a target. And I managed to just find that sweet spot and didn't get called up, because I just would have showed everybody up. Like literally, they would have just probably just shut the show down and gone, game over, man. Game over. It was really good. And it's funny as well, because part way through the show, like, she was like, yeah, my dancers didn't get their visas approved. I was like, it's still a good show. Like the DJ came out and was literally doing that thing where I don't know what it's called, but like, what's it when you go on your knees?
Oh, the Rasputin thing.
No, like you kind of go forward. It's a very new thing, and you do this with your arms. And I was like, fucking get it. I was like, I don't know. I loved it, and it was nice to see some of my old colleagues at the venue as well. So it was just a very nice evening.
Where have you been to?
I saw Biffy Clyro play a very special intimate acoustic set last night at O2 Academy Oxford. It was the second of 2 sets that day. They played a different set list at each show as well, which is very, very cool. Obviously, I only saw the second one. Annoyingly, the set list for the first one was slightly more my kind of thing. But the second set was still awesome. It just felt really special to see a band of that size in essentially our local venue.
Yeah.
Because even though that's basically the biggest venue we've got in Oxford, it's still like not that big, really.
No.
And they made the point themselves that they'd not been to Oxford in something like 15 years. I think they said it was 2007 or 2008 was the last time they'd been to Oxford.
Shit.
So yeah, it felt really special to also be part of the team that kind of brought them to the city to make that kind of show happen. And yeah, it was just a really, really lovely evening. Nice mix of songs from the new album, Futique, and some kind of deep cuts and some interesting ones as well. It seemed like they made a point of, because obviously they've got a lot of slow numbers that they'd normally play in a normal set anyway, like Space, Many of Horror, Falling Stars. They seemingly deliberately made the point of not playing those songs and instead kind of adapting some different songs that would normally be full bands into like an acoustic scenario, like Saturday Super House, Opposite, all sorts of stuff. It was just a really, really fun evening.
I can only think of 2 gigs that I've got coming up. One of them is, I think, literally is the final Straight from the Path show at the end of November.
And the support's pretty stacked on that as well.
Supports are stacked on that. Alpha Wolf, Graphic Nature, and Calva Louise, I believe. But there's also another gig, a bit more local, that's happening in November.
Oh, right. Yes, James. At the Bullingdon, Oxford on the Cowley Road, a little emo band called Worst Wishes are playing an EP release show Sunday the 16th of November. Tickets £10 in advance via We Got Tickets. If you could come along, that would be fantastic. Yeah, we might be doing a cheeky Kerrang classic cover. We might be looking sexy and free with glitter raining on me. You know, just come along, support live music, support local bands.
Come mosh with us.
You know, big up UK emo. And this one, I ain't playing a single note. Yeah, that's it.
You're just going to stand there.
But
it doesn't matter because he's only the bassist.
I mean, who gives a fuck? They do nothing. Yeah, I ain't playing a single note until that whole room's moving. So that's the theme of this one. So see you there. See you in the pit. Cheers.
Ticket link in description as well.
I might be there as well, if that helps.
I will be there.
I also might be there. Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
It's
Halloween.
Time for your spooky story. Oh, you don't know that one?
I don't know that one.
Oh man.
Welcome to Gruesome Tales for Gruesome Kids.
Grizzly Tales for Gruesome Kids.
Fuck.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah.
Shame.
We fucked it. Spooky season, isn't it?
It is.
Time to get scary. We've talked about our perfect gigs before. We've often asked our guests what their perfect gig is. But I thought we'd devise a few horror stories and come up with the most horrific gigs that we could think of. 4 bands. A venue.
Mm-hmm.
And anything else around the gig that we can think of that might make it horrific as well.
Okay. I would like to preface as well, when you guys very kindly had Josh Barton from Worst Wishes on here for his perfect gig.
He was a great guest.
He was a great guest.
No, that's not. I'll pass it on. He agonised over his perfect gig for probably like months, always chopping and changing and this and that. This one, I decided to actually give as I know this sounds weird, but like a minimal thought as possible. I wanted it to just be the stuff that comes into my head first, and it just stays that way. I didn't want to overthink it, and I tried to make it as relevant to this as possible. There is one that's just a general idea, but we'll get there. But yeah, off you go. Let's do it.
Off you pop.
Kick us off.
Well, you see, my first thought with a gig is when you go to a gig, the travelling to get there. So like my horrific gig is a scenario that happens way too often, which is finishing work, having to drive in the winter to another city somewhere. So I haven't thought of where this. Well, no, we'll come to my venue at the end. But before my gig, my horrific gig is me having to finish work late and drive somewhere in the cold and wet and dark to actually get there.
It's a grim pre-gig.
And then once I'm there, get in the door, cloakroom's closed.
Oh.
Cloakroom's closed. Can't put your wet coat. So you got to hold your wet coat for the duration of the gig, and gloves, hat, whatever else you might have with you. And then you wait to see the first band, which for me is going to be 68, which is to this day possibly the worst live band I've seen.
Yep.
Fun fact.
I do think I've seen them since and they've got better, but from that one time I saw them in Birmingham with Beartooth,
Yeah, I remember
I just did not get it. I think they were trying to do a thing, like they kept like they'd like they face each other when they play, and they like would play a bit, and then it's like they're playing like giving each other kind of like prompts and stuff as to what they're about to do, and they're almost like, and then they stop and then let the guitar ring out, and then it's almost like 1, 2, 3, and then go back into it again, and then just stop and just doing that repeated, and it just wasn't for me. I thought it absolutely sucked. The fact that they were facing each other and not the audience just really didn't engage me. So they are the opening band at my horrific gig.
Okay.
Can I just say Snap?
Yeah. Are they opening for you as well?
Same for me. Like you, we gave them a second chance at Trees last year. They're on the main stage, and I think did kind of go into it negatively, but it was like, let's just give it another shot. Let's see if I'm proved wrong, and I still was not. That's, to me, same to you, that Beartooth gig in Birmingham, like that 68 set was horrible. And I think like by far like the worst like live band in like the alternative like heavy scene that I've ever seen. So they would be we might be at the same gig right now, to be honest.
Yeah, we could be.
So yeah, that would be the same for me.
The guy from 68 was like the vocalist of The Chariot, and it's just a little bit like, everyone wants that. Just do that. Fuck's sake. Like I said, this was the stuff that came to my brain straight away. I'm sure if you speak to me in 3 months, it could all be different, and I would have gone, oh yeah, fuck, blah, blah, blah. Nah, this is the
by the way, I thought of mine like today as well.
This is the Snap reaction. Wargasm UK. If you haven't heard me already say, they're fucking shit. Like, they are really bad. And when you watch them live, like I've given it like 2 tries now live. It's just like, yeah, come on, almost like ad-libbing just over like loads of things. He says like, jump, more than he fucking.
Oh, I thought that was Milky Way.
Both of them, they do more fucking ad-libs than they do their own fucking whatever. Oh my god, so cringe. It's actually annoying me just thinking about it. Yeah, they suck. And the thing is that you're like, oh, well, they're my favourite. That's really rude, Josh. I'm sorry, but it means more from me, because as these guys will fucking attest, I normally like to see the good in the weird shit. Do you know what I mean? The strange stuff. I'm like, oh, I can find the good. Oh, but there was this part that was nice. You know, oh, but it was influenced by them, so actually I can see what they were going for. No. Orgasm UK, you're dog shit. And you are opening my perfect gig. Ça va mal. Anything to add?
No, I wouldn't
fine.
enjoy that either, to be honest. That wouldn't be fun for me. I remember, I think, staying for one song. Was it Burn It Down last year? And it's just like, it's not for me. It is not for me. And I love how you had to preface it with the UK as well. Because it has to be done.
We don't want that guy coming for us.
That guy on Twitter. No, not happening. Dan, who
You know who I've heard too much from?
Go on.
The next band, well, next artist.
Following 68 for
at
you.
my horrific gig.
Go on.
Youngblood.
Who?
Youngblood.
Who?
Youngblood.
There we go.
Weird.
I think he seems like he's a lovely person. He stands for a lot of things that I stand for as well, but I do not like his music at all, and
No.
I think he's a bit annoying. And to be fair, I don't have many more points other than that.
No.
I just think seeing him would not be very fun. In fact, one of the times I have seen him in the past was at that infamous Don Broco show in Oxford, where this must have been a story I shared on the podcast before.
Probably. I'm struggling to recall though.
O2 Academy Oxford, went there. It's not a terrible venue, I promise. Went for Don Broco, enjoyed Youngblood, who was supporting, and then there was about an hour's wait after Youngblood finished, by which time Don Broco came out onto the stage and say, sorry everyone, we've really tried to make the show happen, but we've been told we're not allowed to because you're all standing in feces.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the toilets had overflowed and like spilled into the main room. So I had spent the previous hour and a half either standing still in silence or standing still watching Youngblood while stood in shit.
Really great night for you, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
And that's not Youngblood's fault, but that's the memory I have of him.
You got negative connotation straight away with that.
So yeah, maybe the toilet leaks at my horror gig as well.
Get PTSD from
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's not a fun set.
Beat that.
For me, Following 68 is a band that was introduced to me on Metalhead Reacts a while ago, and it's 100 Gex. I just cannot stand it. We even did a follow-up episode because people were like suggesting other songs and like, oh, do this or like that. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's horrible. I hate it. I think Josh is never going to forgive me for this right now.
That would go off live.
No, I can't stand it, man.
Get them No Barrier at the Foundry.
Fuck that shit. No. And no.
Doritos and Fritos! Doritos and Fritos!
It was just, I found it horrific. Absolutely horrific.
Read between the lines, man. Like it's there's so much to it. Like Doritos and Fritos. Come on, man. Just come on, dude.
No, mate. Not happening. Not happening. Not happening.
Me actually falling. Just a little insight into how my brain works. Me falling backwards in like quite a theatrical kind of way actually just reminded me of this whole thing where you see this online every now and then of like this guy and he gets on like a like fold out table and he like hugs a snare drum and he's there and he's like going like like and like smashing the table and all this.
Oh, is that the guy that has he'll have like a kazoo in his mouth or something as well?
Maybe. And like
Yeah.
and like smashing it and everyone's like everyone's kind of like
performance art kind of
and
thing,
everyone's
isn't
kind
it?
of like looking like
It's horrific.
like sort of like
it's
as if
bad.
like a fucking blender, and people are kind of like yeah. So
James is there trying to find the time signature.
so either him or like kind of anyone who does that shit. But I think there's one called like Mersbo or something like that.
Okay.
I reckon that. Or like something like when I think it was like My Bloody Valentine or something like that just did that fucking like wall of noise where everyone was getting fucking deafened and it went over the sound limit and everyone's just standing there like this. I guess that as well. But anything in that sphere where it's all just about noise rather than I guess music.
Mm-hmm.
Saying that though, I have seen a set once where two people knelt down on the stage and they both had knee pads on, which I actually thought was like fucking smart.
Yeah,
that's smart. And they were like hitting different pedals and stuff like that, and then every now and then they'd send some vocals through the microphone. But the point was is that they were creating like a soundscape, and now I found that interesting. That's fine. It's when you're just basically just smashing the shit out of something and expecting people to go, I see the hidden meaning there. That moment where you basically like dry hump the snare, while my ears were bleeding. Yeah.
It's all about the expression.
Mm-hmm.
Like fuck that.
Yeah,
fuck that.
And I'm sorry to hog it, but all right, that was
one part.
Yeah.
Go on then.
The next band is just a band where somebody very kindly kind of said, "No, Josh, do you mind like just revisiting them? Just give them another chance, please, for me," which I did, and it didn't go well. It is a band called Ice Nine Kills. Right, just to sort of give a little bit more of a background on me. I love theatrical stuff. I like stuff that pushes the boat out. I like stuff that sort of is unique and things. If you want to get down to the basis of it, like one of the forefathers of theatrical music, progressive. Well, literally, I'm just gonna say it, Meatloaf. He was sort of one of the sort of pioneers of that sort of genre. Yeah, love that shit. I love things like Gwar. I love things like Creeper, where it's kind of, it feels like a bigger thing than it is rock operas and all this sort of thing. Ice Nine Kills. So the concept is that they sort of have a big theatrical show. They have actors and sort of dancers and all this sort of thing, and it's all based on different horror movies. Which, by the way, love that on paper. Sounds fucking gnarly. Let's go. Love it. To actually listen to, no. No, sir. Really bad. Really rubbish. And there was one recently they did it was in collaboration with the Terrifier movies or something. Really cool concept. Oh my god! On paper,
Video was great.
should love this.
Video was great.
And then there was this bit, clowns. So you've got the classic like thing, which they managed to put into like just before, and I was just like, it doesn't fit. It honestly feels like you're doing way too much. It don't fit. Just because it kind of has. You could say it's like a little bit of an Easter egg. No, if it doesn't work sonically, then it's not fun to listen to. And I think as this will become a bit of a theme with one of the other bands that I said that you guys definitely know who I'm going to be fucking talking about. It's one of these things where on paper you've already got this disposition where it's like, I should like this, and then when it is delivered in that way, you're like, woof.
It should technically be, on paper, Alex's favourite band. Mixing like the metal with the horror, but again, he's similar vein. Bits I've heard, I'm like, instrumentally, yeah. There are parts where I'm like, it's decent. But then the pairing with the vocals really puts it off, and it's that theatrics part of it. And like,
but I want to like that.
I want to like it,
Yeah.
but I just can't get behind. I can't get behind them. But I also do. There's a part of me that wants to drag Alex to do them live just to watch his reaction.
That would be what they call good content.
Exactly.
These guys know good content. If you're trying to get a comment about Iceland Kills out of me, I'm staying quiet.
Ooh, why is that?
If I speak, I am in trouble.
Tia.
Because the person that brought it up to you is my girlfriend.
Oh, there we go. I was shrouded.
I'm saying nothing.
Okay.
I will save my judgment until after I see them in December.
His silence speaks volumes on his opinion. He doesn't need to say the opinion because by saying nothing,
I don't have
you know
an
the
opinion.
Watch this. Stay silent if you hate Ice Nine Kills.
So
That's it. I'm going to clown college.
I've thought of another aspect of a gig. I'm going to have the light designer that did Boston Manor's set at Slam Dunk a few years ago, because essentially their lighting contrives of one giant floodlight pointed directly at the crowd, which meant we could not see a fucking thing.
Was that the one where Enter Shikari headlined?
I think it was,
Because I saw that
yeah.
and I was literally just like, the fuck, I can't see.
Alex and I were really trying to watch Boston Manor, but like there wasn't even a case of looking like directly at the stage. Like even if you were just looking off to the side, like that light was still right in your face. I couldn't see the band on the stage. The crowd just thinned out like one by one because it was like genuinely painful for our eyes. So that guy's getting booked. I'm gonna have him in my horror gig.
So based on you then having that lighting and not being able to see the stage, who are you not technically watching?
Travis Scott. Because I think the people... firstly, his live performance is absolute dog shit. I've not seen it in person, but like, I've seen videos of it.
Sorry.
And it's just not... there's a point where opinion and subjectiveness like crosses over, and I think that is just subjectively shit. I don't think that's even like my opinion. I don't understand how people can enjoy that kind of show. And like I enjoy a bit of hip hop. I've been to some I've been to see some rappers and stuff live and had a really good time. I can't see myself enjoying a Travis Scott show. But the biggest reason for that is the crowds that he attracts. Like the type of people that would be in that crowd, not my people. And I just don't think I'd have a very nice time.
No, that doesn't sound like fun. While you're on the subject of crowds, my crowd in particular for my gig as a bonus kind of part of it is entirely made up of the people in the Sleep Token and Bad Omens fan bases that form ridiculous parasocial relationships with the band members and obsess over them. Like there was that one someone had put on Reddit or something, ready for like one of the Sleep Token shows, is like, oh, do you think Vessel will like my perfume? He doesn't give a shit.
The most well-adjusted Reddit user.
What do you mean? I shave my legs before I go to Sleep Token just in case.
No, like the people, they're getting birth certificates, they're getting baby photos, like the worst fan bases of that. They're all the people that are attending the gig.
Oh man, talking of like the worst audience to be within. So if I'm watching somebody like doing that, smacking that snare drum shit,
Yep.
and being in a room full of gig farters,
Oh,
I don't
God,
know
yeah.
what it is. Farts are bad. Farts will always be funny, but they're especially fucking bad in a gig scenario. They just do not dissipate. And I also hate the fact that I have to sort of put on a little act, like look around as well. Like, yeah, I'm doing that to try and show others. It wasn't me. I'm not the
But then
part
the
of it.
more you do that, the more people
Suspicious
suspect
you
you as well. You've
Whoever
really got to
smelt
like
it,
tread the
dealt
line.
it.
Whoever
Yeah.
did the rhyme did the crime. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, whoever did the rap did the crap. Like, you know, I could go on,
Yeah,
but we're here to talk about the music that
we are.
love.
So for my sub headliner, I'm kind of going to go quite broad in terms of like a genre, but I'll put an artist for it. I'm going to put Skrillex. I just cannot enjoy any kind of like dubstep. I can't get behind it. I think that there's a switch in my brain where there's a lot of music I won't listen to or enjoy, mostly because a lot of it's programmed to fuck, especially from the drum perspective, and I just switch off. And I
So's
think,
Josh.
huh?
Programmed to fuck.
Top Shaggers United.
But yeah, I can't think of anything worse than watching like a sub headline slot for like an hour of some kind of dubstep in particular, something like Skrillex. I would not enjoy that in the slightest.
Counterpoint. Skrillex download with all those Monster Energy drinkers,
I would not be there.
me included, would go off.
Yeah.
I would not be there in the slightest.
Also
No.
get from first to last on as well.
Mhm.
Fucking awesome. Hell yeah. Oh, it's a shame, man.
I can't do it. Just in my brain, it's like it's not real drums.
Not
it's not proper
even-
drums. I can't do it.
Not
Nope.
even. Okay.
Nope.
All right. No. Okay.
Nope.
fine.
Go on then, who's your sub headliner?
Right. My sub headliner is right. How many death threats can we get for this one? Whoa, limbering up. Okay. The vast majority of contemporary country artists. Sorry.
Mhm.
Especially this subgenre of country that is basically the premise of and if you don't like country music, then fuck you. And that is basically the premise. It's like, you know, come and be in our gang, and if you don't like it, then fuck you. And it seems like really strained, and the target audience is like sort of people who are like, whoo, that's kind of rude and edgy. Do you know what I mean? And it really fucking cringes me out. But I'm not being funny with you. I don't know. Did Post Malone really wake up and go, fuck, I actually want to make country music? Did Beyonce wake up and do that?
This
I'm not
is
being
the point
funny.
I was going to make. And it goes from being like a funny debate to like, are they just making money off of you?
Is, you know, the labels, they're there, they're looking at the
I think
statistic.
to be fair, I think Post Malone's probably sincere.
Oh, it's a question, I don't know.
I think he suits it. I think it works for him. I think it sounds like dog shit still, but like that seems normal. But all these other pop artists that are just going from essentially R&B to country is
Yep.
they're seeing like a rising market and
the
going, I want a
thing
bit of
needs
that.
the taxes.
The thing that amuses me about a lot of country music is the songs that kind of list just things that they like.
Or
Yeah.
if you don't like
I
them.
like my truck and my beer, fishing with my beer.
and Donald Trump.
Christ.
Yeah.
Just country art. Have you got like a collective of country artists?
Yeah. The contemporary stuff. If you're sitting at home going, what about Dolly Parton? What about Johnny Cash? No. Different fucking kettle of fish. Conway Twitty and all that sort. Different kettle of fish. No disrespect, right? But it's a cash cow, and you're contributing to the milking of said cow, and those teats are hurting. They're chafing. All right.
Dan, who's headlining your horror gig?
Iron Maiden.
Straight off the bat.
No further questions.
No further questions?
No further questions.
Strong.
Have fun in the comments.
Josh, do you have a response to this?
It's a good thing this is an audio only medium.
It's not.
Yeah, sorry, I'm so.
There's a video camera there.
I know, I'm so.
There's a camera there. There's a camera there. There's a camera there.
I'm so perplexed. What? Right, here we go. Let's open this can of worms. Ooh. Wrigley.
Oh, that was custard actually.
It's cold. It's cold. It's fine.
Iron Maiden at Download were great, and their guitar tones. I still, if I'm having a bad day, I just think about those guitar tones, and it makes me so happy.
I enjoyed them when I saw them this summer.
Yeah,
I've got to say, and I wasn't necessarily a fan. They won me over. They won me over.
what's wrong with them?
I just think they're boring.
What if you saw them in their
sick of
peak,
seeing them.
in their prime? I mean,
Probably would have been alright.
so you think?
Iron Maiden now sucks.
Okay.
Also, I think they're really boring. I'd never go out of my way to see them again.
Okay, don't worry about the live setting. Do you actually like any of their music?
Number of the Beast, good. Run to the Hills.
All right.
That'll do.
Any other response to that?
Well, to be fair, I should just shut up. Because there's someone literally crying at home right now over the shit I've said about country, Wargasm UK, Ice Nine Kills. Guess what? Different strokes for different folks.
Well, I'm going to make another group of people cry and make some angry comments.
I know what you're going to do.
You know what I'm going to
I know
do.
what you're going to do.
And it kind of touches on a point you said a minute ago.
I fear for your life.
You fear for my life? I fear for my life mostly from my brother probably tracking me down after this as well. So sorry,
Maybe
Alex.
I'm wrong.
You spoke a minute ago with the countryside of people kind of being capitalist and taking advantage of people, and there's a pop artist that just put out an album with over 30 different variants.
Oh yeah, I still
in
fear for your life.
order to try and basically just make records, but essentially just making money off her fans. And so my headliner is Taylor Swift. Detest her music. I'm sorry, Alex. He will murder me for this. I can't stand her music. I think the way she, especially off this album campaign, is really capitalized off the fans. I haven't listened to it, to be honest, but from fans that I've seen talking about the new music as well, the lyrics seem like absolute trash. It seems absolutely horrific, and I just couldn't give a shit. So yeah.
All I'll say is, to back up your point about the new album, I have seen theories online that the industry is using this new Taylor Swift album to make us desensitized, to make us think that like genuine music is shit. So when they start putting AI music out everywhere and that shit, everyone goes, oh, it's fine, and then they don't notice the difference. I don't believe that theory. I just think it's quite funny.
Interesting, but like, yeah.
And backs up your point that the new Taylor Swift album isn't very good.
I've just heard so many bad things about it anyway, but I think the fact that you're going to put out 30 different variants, one of the variants is literally just a bit of a voice note of her talking before every song, introducing it. And then you're getting the people like who are very, very silly super fans.
So you have heard it.
Who are buying, I've just read it on Twitter, mate.
Okay.
Very, very silly super fans who are literally putting photos of having every single variant. And like by adding like one acoustic track to one variant to make it ever so slightly different, and knowing that you're going to be able to get people who are that die hard and will buy that and buy multiple different things from that, I think it's selfish, it's greedy, and fuck it.
Another point I will make to support your points. As someone working at an independent record store, the album was announced like months and months ago. It was been up for pre-order on her own website since it was announced.
Yep.
We weren't allowed to put pre-orders up on our website until a week before the album was released.
Really?
As an independent retailer. But her own website, and I believe sites like Amazon and Target have had it up since the album was announced. Also,
the paid, so much obvious like paid promotion for it, the fact that iTunes hadn't tweeted since prior to the pandemic, and that they were tweeting out literally 8-9 tweets back to back straight away of it after about 6 years of not putting anything on promoting it. The paid advertising during Rolling Stone, where they just changed the entire website essentially. It feels dirty. It doesn't feel like the right kind of thing that you do with that. And so as much as I hate her music as well, just everything that's gone on around this recently, I just against every single part of it, I think. So that's why she's my headliner.
Counterpoint, I think she's done some great things for female empowerment by being basically one of the most influential people in the world at the moment. And by that whole battle of getting the rights to her music back, I think is a really important thing for the industry.
I think that's a good thing. That's her only redeeming quality for me.
I'm sure she's an alright person.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Doesn't need to fly everywhere though, does she?
No. Josh, who's headlining your gig? You just seem perplexed by all of this.
Or do you have anything to say about Taylor Swift?
No, do you know what? I don't. It's honestly, I don't really have anything to add on that one. I watch this sometimes and I'm like, shit, are we like a little bit overly positive about stuff? Do you think that we're scared of like of upsetting anyone? But I mean, this is a good tried and tested way of showing. No, we keep it.
Our opinions are our opinions.
I thought you were going to say Sleep Token.
I actually thought that was where that was going.
Really?
I thought you were doing like a
until you said about upsetting Alex.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Sleep Token.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did too. Yeah.
But either way, we've got to put you in witness protection now.
Probably, yeah. Mostly from Alex.
The most recognisable man on the podcast.
Josh, who is headlining your horror gig?
To keep in with the spooky theme. On 3, everyone. 1, 2, 3, Ghost.
Oh God, yeah, that hadn't even, yeah.
Let's keep with the theme of not being my girlfriend's favourite friend anymore.
Hi, Tia.
Go on.
Co-worker music. Rubbish.
I'm pretty sure. I think Alex played me my first Ghost song, and I think it was that Mary on a Cross. And I was just like,
catchy though.
Just like Bloody Mary.
I was just like, this
Mary on a cross.
People rave about it, and I'm like, I just don't get it.
That's the only good bit.
I just don't get them. And what was weird is I remember when they first came out, and they kind of had like the obviously the appearance that they all have with it. I was like, oh, this could be some like sick stuff. This could be some actual quite cool black metal kind of things with it, and what they've done, and they've kind of have their own story and stuff and lore and all that shit. And then when they first played and I first like heard some of it, I was like, this is not what I thought it was.
Their fan base is very nice. I've met a lot of them. Lovely people.
I thought you were being sarcastic.
No,
I thought you were as well.
I'm not talking about the fan. I'm talking about literally the music. As I said earlier, I like theatrical stuff. It's not about being different or theatrical or like not conventional. That's not really what I deem good music by. I just don't know. It's just a bit fucking rubbish, isn't it?
I do agree.
I'm sure everyone's going to agree with that. You know, one of the most popular, probably going to like headline download and all that.
They're rumoured for next year. They are rumoured for next year.
I'll tell you what. Go on then. If they headline download, I'll watch the whole thing, and then we'll talk about it. I'm not going to make this. I am not stubborn enough to never shift on an opinion. Okay, and I am self-aware enough that basically, like a band, seeing them or listening to them on record and seeing them live can be make or break, and it all can just lock into place. I am not stubborn enough. I am Louis Theroux. I will go in if they headline download. I will watch the whole thing, and we can talk about it. And I'll be honest and I won't lie. And if it blows me away, I will tell you. And I promise you that. Unless my flat feet are acting up, that's a little bit different. That's
the only caveat.
That's my only caveat, and you kind of have to respect that.
Is that part of your horror gig as well?
Oh my God, yeah. Feet, screaming feet. Yeah. Screaming feet, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, it really takes me out a bit. And what happens is that, oh my God, it starts to send like pains up my knees and shins as well. Awful.
Where is your horror gig taking place?
I think this is the toughest bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why, but something's drawing me. Well, not necessarily to there, because I don't necessarily want to go there. But something's making me want to say Alexandra Palace.
Interesting.
I think once you're there, it's a lovely venue. It looks great.
Get in there.
It's got the little food court out there.
Yeah.
It's fucking getting there. It's just a trek.
My friend recently told me he just drove there, parked up outside, and apparently it was fine.
The easiest time I have gone there is, I think we parked at Hatfield.
Yeah.
And got the train in from there.
Yeah, that wasn't. Was that no deep?
Might have been. But even then, we had to like rush out to make sure we were there in time to get the train back.
Yeah.
But if you're going using like the underground or anything, basically from where we're coming from, Oxford direction, we've got to like venture into the city and then come back out of the city. So it's just a pain, I think. And the gigs there are always in the winter.
Yeah, true. Actually, yeah.
I think I've been to one there in like May time, but it didn't get dark enough.
Architects was May.
Yeah, because it was still light while Sleep Token were on, and it just didn't seem right. But yeah, gigs there are always in the dark. Always like in the winter. It's a trek to get there. It's just annoying, isn't it?
I've thought of mine.
I like the big window thing. That's nice. They serve pizza there. That's great.
Yeah,
but it's just a nightmare to get to, isn't it?
It is.
I'm nearly 30.
That's valid.
Got to look after my legs.
Exactly. And if Josh is there, you got to look after his flat feet. He doesn't want to be doing that walk.
Yeah.
Got to think about these things. For mine, I struggle with it a lot, but I'm going to be honest. I'm going to probably annoy a large group of people. Mostly just the people of one city, and it's Birmingham.
I just woke up. Sorry.
Go on.
I just woke up in fucking Birmingham, and I'm going to the
O2 Institute.
Right. Here we go.
Yeah, it was where we saw the Bear 268.
No, it wasn't.
I swear it was.
That's the Academy.
Was it the Academy?
Yeah.
Okay, the Academy then.
Put some respect on the Institute's name. The Institute is a lovely
Was it? I got them mixed up. My bad.
The Institute is where we saw Sleep Token the first time. That's not helping you because we've seen Sleep Token in the Academy as well.
That's forget. The main crux of it, to be honest, is Birmingham. I'm gonna be honest. We used to do a lot of gigs there. There is a large.
I still do. I still go there from time to time.
There's a large reason I don't think I've done a gig in Birmingham probably since. Christ, maybe like 2016. I just like it's been a bitch to travel to. I remember one where you and I drove up, and just having to find parking, driving around there was a pain in the ass. And I just the crowds that I've seen there for the most part have just been quite shit. To be honest, I just don't have good memories of seeing like being part of really good crowds in Birmingham. And especially that's been something I've noticed is like trying to go to like different venues of like good crowd participation. Like when I went and saw Paleface in January, when I went to go and visit Callum in Scotland, we were seeing that in Glasgow, and that was genuinely one of the best crowds I've been a part of, and I was so pleasantly surprised. Gigs we've seen at Underworld in London, Roundhouse, like people know the vibe for it, and it's just been like fucking sublime. Every time I've been to a Birmingham gig prior, the crowds just ain't it, and I don't want to be a part of that. So that's scary for me.
Right. It came to me as we were doing this, all right? Okay. Victoria Park, London. Reason being, okay? Getting there's a faff, getting out is a faff. You have to be herded like sheep down the road, and I don't like that sort of thing. Basically, in the daytime, when it's dry, okay, dust. I literally came out of the Idols pit, and I had just fucking, dust all on my nose, on the thing. Awful, right? Basically, it's what do they call it? Like the monkey's paw, right? So when I went there for Wide Awake Festival, I saw Snapped Ankles, Dry Cleaning, Shame, Idols, Black Country New Road, Black Midi, literally like all in the same day. Brilliant. But when I went to the Portaloo, there was no toilet paper. Just had a coffee. All I had was the business cards in my wallet. I will say no more. Also, another time I went there for All Points East. Honestly, saw High Vis, Idols, Turnstile, and Gorillaz all in the same day, and that was the first time they ever played Fool's Gold, where they brought out Mr. Kevin. I'm not going to say. I'm going to pretend I don't know his second name. Like the guy who's in the band Tame Impala. Yeah, they brought him out for Gorillaz to do Fool's Gold for the first time, and I've never been in an audience that had a bigger pop than that ever. When you watch the big bands like Gorillaz and everybody's there, I reckon there's going to be so many people who can attest with this. You can't hear shit. It's so quiet. So it's like I'm watching Gorillaz, one of my favourite bands ever. They've literally got fucking Shawn Ryder and everyone else coming in to do their respective features, and I can't fucking hear it. So I'll be watching Ghost, like, I'm trying to give you your fucking chance. I'm Louis Theroux, but I can't even fucking hear you. And also it'll be raining, because I really don't like that either.
I would say for
I
that,
don't like
for
being
that
cold.
as a venue, that one time we did All Points East, which was years ago. The Bring Me the Horizon year.
Basically,
Bring Me
While
the
She
Horizon
Sleeps,
Sleeps.
Architects and Bring Me the Horizon literally played.
Nothing But Thieves,
Nothing
Idols.
But Thieves. I remember
Scarlord.
literally, like,
Yeah, saw that.
the first one I think we saw was Nothing But Thieves, and Rube lost his phone in the pit. Literally, like, first band when we were there.
Great.
But I do remember that being a bitch of a place
Sleeping
to
with
get to.
Sirens.
Oh,
They were there, yeah.
Shit, I didn't realise they were there. But I remember that being a bitch of a place to get to. It was a trek.
It was a bit of a walk, wasn't it?
It was horrible for that.
So yeah, that's my location.
Any other final additions or things like that anyone has that will make their gig horrible?
Curfew is at 11 o'clock, and the band actually goes up to the curfew.
They make you do that thing, or you have to lock your phone up.
Yeah, I've not had to experience that. But
By the way,
that wouldn't be good.
I went to a digital detox pub the other night, and it was so fucking comedic because everybody there was on their phones, and the guy from behind the bar kept walking out, checking his phone for like literally 20 seconds, then walking back in and standing behind the bar again. It was comedy gold. Comedy fucking...
In mine, pretty much every artist does the thing where they try and get the entire crowd on the ground and make them jump up. I will always say to the fact there's only one band that's allowed to do that, and that's Slipknot. And that's during Spit It Out. That's tradition.
I give Graphic Nature a pass.
Don't forget Not Slip as well. Like if we were seeing Not Slip.
Yeah, seeing the tribute.
Yeah.
Anytime Spit It Out, that's fine. But then so many bands do it nowadays, and I get it. You want the engagement. It looks cool for them, like on socials and that. But I'm like, come on, just leave the OGs to do it, please. Right then, for Ragamuffin FM, we have a playlist. Link will be in the description below, where it's 5 songs that we've been jamming to recently, but we will spotlight one of these each for us here today. Josh, what's your song you're going to spotlight?
You might have seen their band sort of advertised on opening for the Loathe and Love Is Noise tour, and that is a band that I had the absolute pleasure of stumbling upon at 2000 Trees, not last year but the year before. Zetra, who you should really get to know. Super interesting. And the song in question is Shatter the Mountain. It is fast becoming one of my favourite songs, and I think everyone needs to hear it.
I've seemingly just gone down a bit of a Ghost Inside binge recently, and so I'm going to go with Dark Horse. I think it's a great song. I've seen it a couple of times live, and just been jamming it a hell of a lot recently.
I've recently discovered a band called Like Roses. Check out their song Easy. If you like anything that's kind of pop punk, emo, like swancore, then you'll love it. This guy's going to love it. They've recently signed to Hopeless Records as well, so you know they're good.
Woof. Right. Like, comment, all the comments we've got to get your hot or cold on Custard.
Yeah.
Find out for us how many people have got tennis elbow from playing Wii Sports.
Yeah, if somebody did successfully sue Nintendo regarding the Mario Party debacle in like the late 90s.
Is there anything else you've asked?
Soon Nintendo lives next door to me.
Oh yeah, we need to hear your best.
Hello?
Send us that via email.
Worst wishes.
Oh, you.
And let us know your horror gig.
Let us know down below. Yeah.
And let us know how many tickets you bought for Worst Wishes It Won't Feel This Way Forever EP release show at the Bullingdon, Sunday 16th of November 2025 at 7 p.m. sharp. Also, I quite enjoyed this was a reference to the beloved TV show Robot Wars.
Oh,
cease.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Love that show.
Roboteers, stand by.
This is the real reason I came on today.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Subscribe. Vlogs have come out recently. Go watch those. Festival season's done.
Oh
That's
yeah, watch
sad.
my fucking interview with Jules.
Yes.
Oh my god, most underrated band going. Jesus Christ. I'm not telling you now. Oh, you've had your Fontaine CC, you've had your idols. Move over. Give Jules a go, for fuck's sake.
Check out all the interviews we did at Burn It Down Festival, Lover's Noise, Jules, Split Chain, Knives,
Mouth culture.
and Mouth Culture. There we go. It's been a long evening. Subscribe, all of that. Buy tickets to Worst Wishes. See you next time.
Does anyone listen this far in? Like if you do, comment tiddlywinks.